In the last lecture of TOC, we see the FSM machine for problem on FSM machine of a divisibility. So we take the finite automata or finite state machine. In exam, we have a question on write a short note on finite automata. So now we see the what is a actually finite state machine or theory of a finite state machine. In the last lecture we see problem on finite state machine. Now we see the theory or what is actual concept of a finite automata. So in exam we have important question. That question is write short note on finite automata. So this is the question which is asked in exam. So finite automata or means finite state machine, it is a mathematical model and it produces output for the given set of a input for a machine. So in the last lecture we see the finite state machine is a machine which contains a state. It take input and alter the test and produce output. This is a basic definition. Now we actually see the theory and diagram and working of a finite automata. So it is a mathematical model and it produces output for the given set of inputs for a machine Now we see the finite automata diagram. So previously we see the finite automata machine diagram. This is a finite state machine which contain a state. This is the input tape, so it contain any symbol. We taking here as a this symbol. This is an input tape. This is an input tape. It's called as input symbols. Here we take any input symbol, so I consider A, B, B, B. This is an input stream. This is a read head. Is known as a read head. Means that read head read the input tape, alter the state and produce output and give output. So this is a read head. This is the diagram of finite state machine. So now we see this component is a one by one. So component of finite automata. So first component is a FSM. This is a finite state machine. This is the first component. So it contains different state which is present within a system. Second one is a read head. Read head which read the input symbol or used for read the current symbol available for the current state. So suppose we take a Q0 state. So Q0 has suppose A has its input symbol. So read head read the input symbol for Q0 state is A. So it is used to read the current symbol available for current state. So this is the read head work. Third one is a input tape. Input tape. It contains input symbol which resides in the cell. So now we see these are the three components of finite automata. This is a finite automata or finite state machine diagram. So component is a FSM, finite state machine, that is a read head. So it read this input tape. Read head is used for read the current state. Input tape, it contains the input symbol. So working of that finite state machine or finite automata, working of finite automata. So depending on the current state and current input symbol, finite automata can change the state or remain in the same state. So after reading the symbol, finite automata move read head from left to right. So depending on the current state and current input symbol, finite automata can change the state or remain into same state after. So depending on the current state or current input symbol, finite automata can change the state or remain in the same state. And after reading the input symbols, finite automata read head move left to right. Read head of finite automata always move left to right. So after reading the symbol, after reading the symbol of finite automata, move the read head from left to right. So this is the working of a finite state machine. So finite state machine which depend on the current state or current input symbol, it can change the state or remain in the same state. Or after reading the symbol of finite automata, move read head left to right and produce output and produced output state. So always remember, read head always in finite automata move left to right. So this is the working of a finite automata. Now we see the finite automata has a types. So finite automata is divided into two types: with final state but no output, with output but no finite state, no final state. So finite automata is divided into two types: with final state but no output, and with output but no final state. So this with final but no output is also have a two types, or it has a two different machines that have a final state but have a not produced output, that is a DFA and NFA. These are the two machines that having a with final state but no output, and with output but no final state, that is a Murray and Milley machine. Murray and Milley machine. That Murray and Milley machine having a output but it not give the final state. So finite automata is divided into two parts, and with final state no output have a DF and NFA, with output but no final state having a Murray and Milley machine. So DFA means deterministic finite automata, NFA means non-deterministic finite automata. So in the lecture we see the finite automata. Finite automata have a component finite state machine, read head and input tape. So in the last lecture we see the finite state machine. So finite state machine having working. So today lecture we see the finite, what is mean by finite automata, and in finite automata use of a finite state machine. So in the next lecture we start with the DFA, that is a deterministic finite automata. Thank you.